we were terrible custodians and stewards of that grand space. Terrible. It was marvelous to be there, as long as it wasn't July or August. Because in July and August, with the heat and the humidity and lack of air conditioning, we had the windows wide open and the fans going full blast, and we were sweating constantly and let go for the day when temperature reached a certain level. But I got to know, I worked in that building in two separate phases of my career for, let me do the arithmetic, let's say 6 plus 7, 13 years. I got to know that building as well as I got to know the house I grew up in. I knew where everything was, or at least what generically was everywhere. And I've been in that building once since the Neue Galerie was installed in there, and it's very disorienting because the bathrooms aren't where they were, the elevator isn't where it was, the grand staircase is still there, but the chandeliers aren't there. As a physical space, it was an amazing architectural experience to be in this building with chandeliers that could fall on your head, and with leaky toilets leaking onto the stacks on the floor below. But nevertheless, that didn't happen every day, thank God. But it was just it's an unforgettable experience, and it was a time when there were other similarly not well-heeled Jewish organizations and even Yiddish organizations occupying real estate on the Upper East Side in fabulous buildings as well. And about a 10-minute walk away from us was the Atron House on 78th and Madison. Think about it. 78th and Madison, that's where the headquarters of the Bund were. That's where Camp Hemshech had its office. That's where the Tziko bookstore was, this Yiddish bookstore. And though it was slightly before my time, because it closed by the time I moved to New York, in the basement was this Eastern European Jewish cafeteria on 78th and Madison. It was a different era. Of course, it was a grungier era, much grungier all around in New York, and the subways were filled with graffiti, and violent crime was endemic. But it was the YIVO building. I was one of those who felt very strongly that we had to leave, but I wish it would have had a lot more space and a lot better. It were a lot better equipped, because it would be a much grander home than the Center for Jewish History is.